So what are we talking about here? Basically, Virginia is trying to make it so you can't carry a firearm outside of the house. And this is how they're doing it, or one of the ways they're doing it. Obviously, they're going to hit from a bunch of different angles, but this is the big one. And it is SB 496. Now, before we get too deep into that, don't forget, if you'd like to help support the channel directly, the best way to do it is shopping at Only Tactical Fans at Shopify.com, where you can purchase cool merchandise like morale patches, hats, t-shirts, even MREs. And we should have a shipment coming in soon. I understand pretty much everything's gone right now. I'm working on that. I'm telling you, I'm working on the tourniquet thing too, but these companies are really hard to deal with because they have government contracts, so they're just, I don't know if they're just not motivated to deal with the civilian market or what, but I'm working on it, all right? So, moving back onto the video, what are we talking about here? So SB 496 basically makes it so you have to have these crazy requirements in order to carry a firearm outside your house, because you're, at some point in Virginia, you're going to run into some place where they're going to be like, hey, firearms are not allowed. So to stay compliant with the law, you have to take the firearm off of your persons if you're a concealed carry, and obviously leave it in the car. SB 496 is talking about unattended firearms in the car. They're saying that they want a locked, hard-sided container in your car. The catch is, even though cars almost all have those, they're called glove boxes and center consoles, they're saying that doesn't count because potato. Basically, we're not going to count that because, you know what, that'd be too easy to do. We can't just tell you to keep your firearm in your glove box because otherwise this law means nothing. Even though that's exactly what they're basically alluding to, is that we want you to have your firearm in your glove box, but your glove box don't count. It's got to be a hard-sided metal container. It's got to be out of view from the outside. So, what does that mean? They don't really specify that. A lot of people, like me specifically, run tint on my car windows so people can't peer in my car. It's just a safety practice. You run tint on your car windows. That's why you do it. That and to keep the sun out, but mainly so people can't peer into your car. It needs to be permanently affixed to your vehicle. So it can't just be like a metal lockbox you shove underneath your seat. No, that bad boy's got to be welded or bolted to your actual car. If you get caught violating this, that's basically your gun gets stolen, you report it, and they're like, well, hey, your XYZ wasn't up to standard. We're talking about a class 4 misdemeanor. So, taking away all the legal fluff, all the crap they're trying to shove down our throat, what does this actually mean? Alright, let's start from the top. First things first, what this does for me, it criminalizes the victim. So basically what's going to happen here is we're going to have the person, the victim, well, not really a victim in my book, but the intended target, the mark, they're not going to want to report the crime. Even if they have this box, whatever this box entails, because it's really vague on exactly what we're looking at here, they're not going to want to report the crime because they could be looking at criminal charges. So now we're talking about me doing my little work is going to be protected because now they're not going to want to report the crime and I have more time, if not infinite time, to make my escape. I mean, they're probably not going to catch me while I'm doing it because obviously I didn't just select them randomly. They were a target. We're going to be looking at damage to vehicles, so therefore they're not going to want to do it because permanently affixed means it's got to be permanently bolted or permanently welded. Permanently affixed for a muzzle brake, at least as far as I know, means that it has to be welded on there. So I'm assuming bolting by itself isn't going to count. They're going to want the bolts like bolted through and then welded on. So we're talking about vehicle damage, lowering the actual value of the vehicle. No one's going to want to do that. Basically meaning I have free reign now to steal firearms and nobody's going to report me because they don't want to become a criminal themselves. All rental vehicles, they're going to be prime targets for this. I'm going to want to break into any vehicle I know is a rental vehicle because if I can find a firearm in there, it's absolutely not going to get reported because there is no way somebody's going to permanently affix one of these metal boxes to be compliant with a rental vehicle, making all rental vehicles or lease vehicles prime targets. So if I know that, okay, that vehicle right there, it has that particular plate, or I've seen this at the rental shop, or I know that's a lease vehicle, I need to break into that one because if I can find a gun, nobody's going to report it stolen. That's a free gun right there. So let's be real. I've targeted this particular car. Is a metal box going to stop me? And the problem is, no, it's absolutely not because I'm going to go after it in two different ways. Either I'm going to bring a transponder because it's a key fob vehicle, and when I walk up to the car with this transponder, it amplifies your key fob signal. I just open the door, then I go in and I press the start button, it fires up like nothing's wrong, I drive away, pull on a flatbed, we take the car to where it's going to get chopped up, and the firearm's just a little bit of a bonus. Next scenario is, I'm coming specifically for the firearm. Now, I believe it's in a locked glove box, so I bring tools to smash the outside window and pry open the glove box, which are going to be big, heavy, thick screwdrivers, maybe a hammer. Those are the exact same tools I'm going to need to break into this metal box. And I'm probably going to know the metal box existed because I've probably already targeted this person. So I'm going to bring in exactly what I need to rip open that box. Is it going to stop me? Absolutely not. Might it slow me down just a slight little bit? Basically about as much as a speed bump slows you down, so no, it's not going to. It's going to stop people from carrying their firearms outside of their home. Because this is so restrictive and all that crap's in there to prevent people from carrying firearms outside their home, I have a better chance of being able to, I don't know, mug or rob somebody in this great state of Virginia because nobody's going to have a firearm to stop me. I'm going to be the only one with a gun. America. So that's pretty awesome right there. We'll have to see how all this plays out, but really, I don't see the downside. I think this is a great law. They should definitely impose this because it's going to make my job just a little bit easier. Anyways, if you guys would like to help support the channel, you don't want to shop at onlytacfans@shopify.com, the next best way to do that is go down to the affiliate links just by clicking on that Amazon link. Even if you don't buy what that link is for, just clicking on it. Doing the Amazon shopping you're already going to do anyway. I have a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.